The new Grenada Transport Commission is headed by David Bartholomew as Chief Executive Officer and Francis Paul as Chairman, alongside Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell as Minister with responsibility for transportation and Alva Brown, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for transportation, comprising a diverse group of industry experts, policymakers, and community representatives. The Transport Board is tasked with diversifying strategies to streamline transportation operations, enhance accessibility, and ensure efficiency in service delivery. Speaking to the media on Tuesday, Prime Minister Mitchell pointed out that one of the initial steps is to change policy that will give them some level of authorization as to how the bus terminal in the various parishes operate and undertake infrastructural upgrades.
The state of the bus terminus is something that we wish to tackle immediately, but the solutions may still go into a medium to long term process. So let me start with St. George's bus terminus. It's actually been operated by the Grenada Port Authority. So the Transport Commission currently has nothing to do with it and has no jurisdiction over it. That we need to change. And we've begun the engagement with the Port Authority. We've already sort of briefed the Cabinet that this is the route we wish to go. And the same applies for the Grenville and Sutter's bus terminus, because in a sense, these three centers represents the physical hub where a lot of our citizens pass through. And as the CEO pointed out, it is less than desirable.
Accessibility improvement is another area that the board has at the top of its list, as many face the issue of being stranded at certain times due to the absence of public transportation to go to their various destinations.
The chairman and the CEO alluded to the enormous buildup of persons, oftentimes in the sun, in the rain, outside of the bus terminus itself, or even at the bus terminus. Persons who go to St. Mark and St. Patrick in particular. And so what you find is that area is significantly underserved, and persons who live in that area are in a sense, significantly disadvantaged. So the initiatives that they've been talking about with the Bus Owners Association, bus owners operators, is to see how we can immediately begin to put a system in place to alleviate the buildup of persons both on the eastern flank and on the western flank. So that is something that we're hoping that we can, and the CEO and so can guide, I'm saying almost immediately, once we can get agreement to sort of put in place as a temporary measure.
The Transportation Minister also revealed the board will launch a pilot project specifically aimed at transporting students to and from their various schools.
We are likely to invest in a pilot project specific to school children, for example. That may mean buying 1 or 2 electric buses at a particular school, and you then transport the children, and you collect the data coming out of that to then tell you, is this something that is feasible? Is this something that is sustainable? Is it something that makes sense? Are there alternatives to it? We are approaching the end of the third school semester, and then we have the summer period. So we are targeting September, which is the start of the new school year, to be in a position where we can have at least a pilot.
Recognizing the critical role of transportation in fostering economic growth and social development, the board is committed to implementing more initiatives that cater to the needs of both urban and rural communities. As the Transport Board embarks on its mission to transform Grenada's transportation sector, they have been engaging with various stakeholders, adopting a proactive approach and affirming a commitment to collaboration. This aims to pave the way for a more efficient, accessible, and sustainable transportation network that serves the needs of Grenada's growing population. Rena Thomas, GBN News.